A very warm welcome to everybody. I am Dr. Nalini Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Khwaja Muinuddin Chishti Language University. Today I am here with a lecture on a topic, measurement and evaluation. It is a paper in the syllabus of BA, MA education curriculum and B.Ed curriculum as well. In this paper, there are various topics that need to be covered with the students properly so that they can have a exact measure of various important attributes and aspects that they should know as a teacher educator or as a student of education. In my this lecture, I'll be covering a topic on test, which is characteristics of a good test. So let us start this lecture with what is a test. We all know what is a test. We all have been giving this since our childhood, and at this higher education level also, all my students must be knowing what is a test. But just to summarize what is a test, I will speak that test is a standard measure of measuring what a student has learned. What are the learning objectives that are kept in a syllabus they have to be taken care of while making any test. A test measures the ability, whether it is mental ability or a physical ability or any other attribute, what the student has covered in his learning objectives. A test measures all those attributes or aspects of a student. A good test is one which is able to evaluate the learning objectives in the terms whatever has been taught to the students. A good test comprises various aspects. Some of it I'll cover in my this lecture. One of the aspect is validity. Validity of a test is very important. Validity tells about that a test measures exactly what it intends to measure. If a test is made to test the intelligence of a student, then that test should cover the questions or the whatever ways or whatever aspects, whatever the various stratas that the test has been containing. It should cover all those measures that will tell us about the intelligence of the student. If a test is measuring intelligence, then of course it should measure intelligence, not other attributes like personality or achievement and other things. So intelligence is the attribute. If it is kept in mind while making a test, that test should be valid. It will be called valid if it is measuring that intelligence. The second point is reliability. The scores of a test should be reliable in terms of its consistency. If a reasonable gap is present between the conduct and reconduct of the test, the scores should be consistent for a person. When a sample is taken and on that sample, if a test is conducted, after some time, after giving a reasonable gap, again that test is conducted, and if we find that the sample is giving the same scores, then the test can be said to be reliable. So this is the second attribute which is very important for a test. The third thing is a practicability. A test should be very practical in terms of time, in terms of conditions where we can practically make that test administered to the students. If it is practical in nature, the one who is administering that test, a teacher, whether it is a teacher or any other person who is administering that test, he will find it very practical. He will know how that test should be conducted in terms of ease that the questions are giving, in terms of scores that he is able to understand. So a test will be practical when the time, when the scores, when the ease level of the test is understood by the person who is conducting that test. Then there is a fourth attribute, that is usability. A test should be usable for again and again for the same age and stage of the students for which the test is constructed. If a test is constructed for class 5 students, for example, for class 5 students for mathematics, then for the same age and stage of the students, that tests can be conducted in some other place also, or to some other group also, not to the same group. So usability should be there. The test should be usable for all the students of that age and stage. The next thing is norms. There are some norms set for a test. These norms are standardized in the terms that the test is conducted over a sample, and the average score is taken out for that sample, and that average score is set at standard, with which the whenever that test will be conducted with these norms that are set, that the scores that will be obtained by the students, they will be compared to these norms, and then the result will be deducted. Some inferences will be made. So this is the next attribute that a test should contain. Then there is scoreability. It should be easy to administer. The test should be easy to administer, and the scores also, the scoreability of the test should be such that the person who is conducting it should be able to understand and assign the scores easily and infer about the scores that the students have obtained. So scoreability is also very important for a test. So these are the various attributes that a test should cover, and I hope you all have understood well. So I'll be coming with my next lecture very soon. Hope you all have enjoyed and understood all the concepts. Thank you very much.